Timmons here. Now, with the Muppet show that premiered on ABC yesterday, which was excellent by the way, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Muppet films because there's some pretty good ones. Whether it's like Sesame Street Muppets or Kermit the Frog and all. Like Jim Henson, let me just say, Jim Henson had a great imagination for these characters. So here are my official top 10 favorite Muppet movies. All right, coming in at number 10, I'm going with 1999's film Elmo and Grouchland, where of course Elmo ventures into the wild trash of Phil land of Grouchland to rescue his beloved blanket. But of course learns like big lessons about sharing, empathy, and all. You had Vanessa Williams as Queen of Trash. I mean, I usually always get a kick out of this one. As back in days, it was definitely really adorable one. Uh, of course, seeing like Elmo and Zoe flying over there, the blanket. I mean, the blanket was pretty much that year, that decade's Rocco. Uh, and of course, obviously Vanessa Williams as the Queen of Trash is really hilarious. I mean, definitely had a little bit of like it was more of a little bit of a parody of let's say Alice in Wonderland, but it's Grouchland instead. But yeah, and also seeing the characters literally get arrested in literally go to jail inside Grouchland always cracks me up too for some reason. All right, number 9 is the Muppets Wizard of Oz. Now this was of course a parody of let's say the Wizard of Oz, starring famed singer Ashanti. You also do got like Queen Latifah, uh, Jeffrey Tambor was in this one. For some ever reason, they got Quentin Tarantino to appear. I still remember seeing Muppets and Wizard of Oz for the first time. Seeing Quentin Tarantino in a kids movie in a Muppet movie was a little at the time. But hey, I'm sure he was like I'm sure nowadays he'll probably talk about the Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy's acting nowadays. But yeah, still I still had a fun time with it. Like seeing Kermit the Frog play like the Scarecrow, Miss Piggy playing like Glinda, you know, Fozzie, as like the lion was fun. I mean, it's definitely a really fun one. I mean, it does not really get the best love though. Like that site Joblo usually do these like awfully good movie videos, and they of course talked about Muppets Wizard of Oz. I know a lot of people used to like it back in the days, but I guess not. But hey, I still quite enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitely a really fun one. I mean, of course, I do love a good Wizard of Oz story. Number 8 is Muppets Most Wanted. Now, this was actually the last Muppet movie to come to theaters, really. I do hope we get more Muppet movies in theaters. Like, just besides Muppet Show, we need more Muppets in our lives. And Muppets Most Wanted stars the likes of Ricky Gervais, Ty Burrell, Tina Fey. You even had cameos by the likes of Danny Trejo. Christoph Waltz popped up in this, Tom Hiddleston, Tina Fey's also in this. Ray Liotta. Like who's of actors here? Like I think everyone just loves to work with the Muppets. Like who would ever expect the great Ray Liotta, just chilling with Muppets? Oh wait, I forgot he was in Muppets Space. Never mind. He's done Muppets stuff before, but and of course you got Danny Trejo in this. I mean, from Machete to Muppets. Okay, cool there. I mean, I still quite enjoy. Like, it's not as good as the 2011 one, but I still quite so highly enjoyed it. I remember seeing it twice in theaters back then, and I really quite like some of the songs in this. Like, the we're doing a sequel song's pretty good. I mean, it's a really decent follow up, and of course, seeing like Kermit the Frog getting arrested is something. But yeah, and of course, you got Kermit the Frog who has an evil doppelganger, which is hilarious. We got two Kermit the Frogs in this. Cool there. All right. Number 7 is Muppet Treasure Island. Now, the Muppets, of course, is of course a take on the Robert Louis Stevenson's Private Adventure, featuring us, singing area sea shantos. You got the great Tim Curry as Long John Silver. I mean, of course, you got Frank Oz and all. I really quite like this. This is actually one of my favorite adaptations of Treasure Island. And I know there's like the Disney one and stuff here and there, but this will always be my favorite. I mean, holy cow, the movie turns 30 years old this year, by the way. Wrap your heads around that one. But yeah, Muppet Treasure Island definitely has some fun moments to it. It is always, a fan favorite of mine. I used to always get kicked out of this one. and Tim Curry as Long John Silver. What more can you ask? All right, number six, probably one of my favorite Christmas Carol movies. Number six is the Muppets Christmas Carol. When that Giant Depp Christmas Carol movie comes out, I will be doing my top 10 favorite Christmas Carol adaptations, and this will definitely be in that top 10 list. The Muppet Christmas Carol is great. You come on, you got Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge, and Michael Caine will actually tell you that one of his favorite co-stars is not human, it's the Muppets. So what more can you ask for there? I mean, it's just such a really fun one. It's definitely a really fun Christmas time film. Charles Dickens' classic holiday tale retold with Muppets. Uh, having Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit, Gonzo as Charles Dickens. I mean, what more can you ask for there? All right, number five is a great Muppet Caper. Now the Muppets. Now this is of course like a heist type movie where like the Muppets travel to London as journalists to investigate a jewel heist, only to realize Miss Piggy may be the prime suspect here. And I always got a kick out of this one. It's not like one of the best out of the Muppet movies, but it is really charming at times. Love the heist angle here. Seeing them trying to suspect Miss Piggy as a thief is great. You even got like Diana Rigg was in this here. It's a really fun cast of characters. Number four is Big Bird Presents or Sesame Street Presents Follow That Bird. Of course, where like Big Bird, where like the social worker decides that Big Bird should live with like people like him, and of course the Sesame Street gang sets out across America to rescue their feather friend here, and I mean you got like Big Bird sing a song with Waylon Jennings. Awesome there. Of course, you got like love the road trip angle. With Kermit the Frog, Oscar the Grouch, and all. Of course, you got the late Joe Flowery playing one of the villains here. It's just such a really fun one. I mean, fun cast of characters. Like you got folks from the likes of Chevy Chase popping up in this, Waylon Jennings. I'm trying to remember who else was in this one. Chevy Chase. John Candy. Come on, John Candy as a cop. One of my John Candy doesn't have like a big part in this. He only has just a little small role. For some reason I always get a kick out of just seeing John Candy on screen there. I mean, he actually has a more. His role in this is a little more smaller than his cameo in, let's say, Home Alone. But I love John Candy. He was really fun in this. Chevy Chase. I mean, loads of great cast of characters in this. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Follow That Bird, it's on Tubi. I just always get a kick out of the music too. Like Ain't No Road Too Long is actually a jam of mine. I'm not gonna lie. Once in a while, I'll always re-listen to the song. I don't know why. It's a fun road trip song too. By the way, Life is a Highway and Ain't No Road Too Long from Follow That Bird. It's like my go-to road trip songs. But yeah, Follow That Bird is just a relief. And sing Big Bird and Blue. Come on, one more can you ask for there? All right. Coming in at number three is Muppets Take Manhattan. Of course, this is where the Muppets head to New York City to get their stage show produced, navigating heartbreak, rejection. And this is even the time where we actually get to see Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog getting married. There's that. You even got like Joan Rivers playing herself. I mean, this is a really fun one. I mean, the 80s, it was all about someone taking Manhattan. We had Muppets Take Manhattan, Jason Took Manhattan. So, yeah. But Muppets Take Manhattan is a really fun one. Not because it's set in New York City, and I'm a little biased on that one. But I still quite enjoy it a whole lot. The end, like seeing the ending also with like, even Sesame Street characters popping up here and there as cameos in the wedding was pretty fun. I just quite always get a kick out of those one. I haven't seen it for a while. Like, kind of weird Disney Plus doesn't have it. Like, I wish I could see if Disney Plus has Muppets Take Manhattan. They don't have that. I always thought Disney Plus will have all the Muppets stuff, but guess not. Anyway, number two is 2011's The Muppets. The Muppets, of course, stars like Jason Segel, Amy Adams, Chris Cooper. Come on, Chris Cooper as Tax Richmond. Awesome here. Of course, you got a devoted Muppet fan who teams up with Kermit to reunite the long disbanded Muppets and stage like a Teledyne to save the theater here. And the Muppets from 2011, it was literally in my top 10 favorite movies of 2011. I adore this. I still remember seeing this one in theaters. I mean, of course, I'm a grown man who likes Muppets. Why not? But it's just such a really good one. I just always get a kick out of this one. Seeing, also cameos from the likes of Mickey Rooney, to, Sarah Silverman, to Rico Rodriguez from Modern Family fame. Selena Gomez had a cameo in this. Had loads of who's of Jack Black popped up in this as well. And Jason Segel, I think he was really great in this as well. By the way, the character of Walter, R.I.P. R.I.P. By the way, whatever happened to the Walter character? Like, remember they were trying to make a big thing out that Walter was that new Muppet character. He would pop up in the sequel here and there, blah blah blah. Why the heck was he not on the Muppet show last night? Like, seriously, I feel like that. I feel like Walter from the Muppets is like the GS spot from Pokemon. It was a like major plot stuff that barely gets talked about anymore. It's a shame that they really trashed Walter. Like, seriously, justice for Walter, man. Anyway, all right, and my number one favorite is obvious. It's the Muppet movie. Of course, this is obviously at the time I think Muppets from 1975 or 1976. I'm at. The Muppet Show was pretty popular there, and so of course they ventured the Muppets onto the big screen, and of course it was a road trip movie where like Kermit the Frog leaves the swamp for Hollywood, hoping to break into the show business here, and you got folks from the likes. You got Orson Welles popping up in this. This is a guy who made Citizen Kane, popping up in a Muppet movie. I still remember seeing this. I'm like, is that Citizen Kane? I was actually young to actually know who Citizen Kane was at the time. But, or who, I was because of course young to know who Orson Welles was too. I was like, you literally got Orson Welles in a Muppet movie. That is something I never expected to ever have happen. Steve Martin popping up was great. Charles Durning, Richard Hunt, and all. It's just such a really fun one. I just love the road trip aspects. Fozzie's hilarious in this one. I mean, of course, his little like bicycles, really great. I mean, who just doesn't love the Muppet movie, right? But that's of course pretty much it there. Here's my quick rundown. Number 10, Elmo and Grouchland. Number 9, Muppets Wizard of Oz. Number 8, Muppets Most Wanted. Number 7, Muppet Treasure Island. Number 6, A Muppet's Christmas Carol. Number 5, The Great Muppet Caper. Number 4, Follow That Bird. Number 3, Muppets Take Manhattan. Number 2, The Muppets for 2011. And number 1 is The Muppet Movie. Now, there are a few other ones I could have included. And by the way, I was also lucky enough to see the Muppets in person. To see the Muppets and Sesame Street Gang in person. Because, when I used to go to the Amazing Parade, obviously they, will have the Muppets and all of them performing. I was lucky enough to see Miss Piggy perform with Tony Bennett. Cool there. And also seeing like Sesame Street Big Bird up close. Like, who just doesn't love those? Like, you can like be into your 60s and still appreciate them. But anyway, other stuff. I'm not really gonna include specials because I never really consider them as films. Like I could have included Elmo Palooza, which had Rosie O'Donnell, David Alan Grier, and many others. The Muppets Take Hollywood, that was more of a special. Muppets in Space. Now I'm not including, stuff that features. So don't expect the Happy Time Murders on this. I did not include the Happy Time Murders. I'm including like the actual Muppet Gang. So yeah, but let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite Muppet films of all time? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Siren.